as you can see, got some new parts. And yeah, I guess it's for this engine. We're working on the Briggs motor today. Today's part 2. Part 1 wasn't really doing anything to the Briggs motor. It's more like plans and that kind of thing. If you want, I'll leave it right here. This is more kind of like diving into this motor because, as you know, it's kind of had a history where it's like it was on Jeffrey's car and then we barely got it running. And then he was like, nah, I don't want to deal with it. So then he got a Predator and we put that on and it ran really good. And so loud, dude. And then I was like, hey, I got the spare chassis. Cool if I get this motor? And he's like, yeah. So I took the motor and now buying parts for it. And I'll make it like a good running engine. That's what our plan is, and it's kind of like dive into it because I don't really know much about these. I'm really used to the Predators, even though I've only worked on like 2 of them, but still I want to know more about this, and I want to run like the gas tank externally. We're going to dive into that right now. All right, so diving into this motor a bit more, from the research that I've done, it appears that the intake, or like the carburetor, is connected to the fuel tank. So basically, that's how it gets drawn, the fuel into the carburetor and then like combusts. So this whole unit is one thing that could like come off the engine, while the exhaust is totally different. So it has threaded exhaust right into the block. What I'm gonna do is actually just get a pipe from like Home Depot or something and thread it into the block. But yeah, I'm gonna try to take off the entire intake system. You can see we've got the throttle down here, and then once I can get this off, I can see what I'm dealing with. But what's pretty cool is that, you know, obviously the boxes you guys saw, they have some new parts. This is a throttle cable for the carburetor, which I got, which is right here, and I'll put all this stuff in the link in the description. This is a PZ19 got an intake. It's not blue, that's just the wrap on that's on it. Got a little fuel filter, and then here we have the intake manifold. Nice little OEM plus, because obviously instead of running this whole bulky system, I'm just gonna have like this little intake manifold to the carburetor. It's gonna be a lot cleaner and more performance oriented. And yeah, it's gonna clean this area up while keeping the engine a lot lighter. All right guys, so here we are, all the parts laid out. So right here, the intake manifold, the carb, a couple fuel filters, the fuel pump, and then we've got our throttle cable. So yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing apart. Alright guys, so here is the old system that I literally just took out, and this is literally what we were replacing with something so simple like the carb and everything that I just showed you. Like this whole thing, gone. I mean, like, I'm just gonna keep it just in case everything doesn't work out. But look at how much like we eliminated. Look how little this motor looks now. It looks so tiny. I want to get a new spark plug. So if anyone out there knows of any good like performance spark plugs, let me know. I want to know. And I need one. So not saying that this one's bad, but just want to change it out just for like better running purposes. So yeah, this exhaust has got to go too. So I'll probably just unbolt these bolts really quick. Yo. I wanted to show you something. I wanted to show you something.
What?
Dude, could you, so you know how you have like your Predator, and it was just so, are you glad that you got your Predator? It's just like a slap on and it started right away instead of like dealing with all of this.
Yeah.
You don't sound too excited, dude. As you can see, I've taken off more stuff. So like the clutch, I took off the clutch, and then I tried to take the one with like the chain teeth from the Predator, but for some reason it's kind of stuck on there. I got this one off okay, and they look like the shafts are different sizes. This one looks a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna have to like measure it and figure it out. But I took off most of like the shielding. Yo, it's good.
This is divisional manager with Tesla stock. Bro, what's up?
Dude, not much, dude. I'm actually filming a video right now, actually.
You what?
I'm filming a video right now.
Oh, for what? Nice.
For my go-kart.
Oh, yeah, okay. Good luck on that, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
I just want to keep you updated. Bring all your camera equipment, bro. We're driving, driving the fastest car, one of the fastest cars in the world tomorrow, Friday.
Friday, dude. It's gonna be so sick. Hey, they're already getting a sneak peek. I'm recording the phone call.
On the what?
I'm recording. Like I had my camera rolling, and I was like, oh, let's see what Joseph wants. So they're kind of getting a sneak peek as to one of our next videos.
Bro, the sneak peek, yeah, man.
Yeah.
One of those things is because we want to get every angle and every performance of the vehicle.
Right.
And what we're doing is I'll have one of you guys step out of the car, and I'll zoom right by you guys as fast as I can, so that he can film it going rapid.
Alright, so as you guys saw, that's a little hint for the next video. Something else, so I ordered the PZ19 carburetor, and I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera right now, but that's not threaded all the way through. As you can see, it's not threaded all the way through, and this side the threads do go through. They're too small for the factory bolts, like the factory threads, which are these bolts right here. So then if you tried to screw it into the factory or like OEM manifold, it won't be the right size. So apparently this is just like a cheap knockoff off eBay, which is where I got it. So either I'm gonna have to like cut the lips right here and then re-drill the holes, which I'll probably do. And then if I put it on and I go to start it and it's running weird and the carburetor is just not doing its job, I'm gonna go ahead and have to go get another one. But for now, I'm gonna have to modify this. I'm not gonna put this in the description because I don't want you guys to buy this really bad carburetor. But get yourself a legit PZ19. I think they are great carburetors. I've heard great things about them and I've seen them in action. So they're good, but I just bought a cheap knockoff that I'm gonna have to modify to work with the setup and the factory stuff. So on this axle, I've got a spindle hub that is cracked. Let's see if I can lay it down real quick. Spindle hub that's cracked right there, and when you put it into the cart, it's not perfectly aligned with the engine, and considering that we're going to be using a smaller engine, I want the to use the full adjustability of this axle. So what I'm going to do is try to get off this hub today and then order another one off Go Power Sports. Alright, so it's been a while. I keep throwing these updates up and I don't show any progress or anything, but it's so difficult to like shoot on your own. I feel like time lapses are kind of you know, I've been doing them a lot, but at the same time I shoot by myself a lot. So I already showed you guys the progress of that. I still didn't get the clutch off, and then I was messing around with this axle. So here's what's up. So I wanted to take off this hub because I want to get a new hub, but then it's too much of a hassle trying to get this wheel hub off, and then I just moved the hub, moved the key to a different slot, and I'm gonna rethread, or I'm gonna drill out this old half a bolt that I cut off and thread this good bolt in right here, and then put in a new one there, so then I have it secure in like the newer location, which is farther to the I guess right, because this is the I guess the side that the engine will be on. So yeah, sorry for the bad filming right there, but yeah, so I fixed where the location for that is. This metal pipe right here, or yeah, this hard line actually went on here, and there was like a 90 elbow or something right there, so it sat like that, and it went from the valve cover, which is this right here, this little thing, to the carburetor. But since I'm going to be running external fuel, like I need the pulse for the pump, so what I have is I have this little elbow here that I'm going to throw on like that, and then adjust it, and then it should slip right, like super tucked against the motor, and I'll figure out a way to like secure it better because I feel like it would fall off. Oh my god, are you kidding me? So yeah, once I do that, I can route the rest of a line to the fuel pump to get the pulse, to pulse the fuel from the external fuel tank into the carburetor. So it's like that, and it'll, with the clutch right here, it'll sneak right underneath the chain, which is super nice. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are excited for part 3 where we actually clean this thing up. Sorry for this like short video. I might throw in some other clips if I go see Joe later today, so we'll see. But otherwise, I got a lot of cleaning to do. I hope you guys are excited. I keep saying that. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.